What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about what's going on with Tomb Raider heading into 2025. Another classic, right? One that we talk about all the time, and still nothing. Now, we're actually getting to a point, we talk about the Wonder Womans and the Bioshocks. Bioshock is probably the worst example, right? A game that's 6 years since they first officially announced it. Tomb Raider is getting there. It's not there yet. It's not like in the absolute worst category of Star Wars Eclipse and, other games of its kind. But this was originally first talked about back in April of 22. Okay, so we're approaching 3 years. We're about to be, we're at 3 years for Wonder Woman. We're just over 3 years for Wolverine. So when you think of those games, that I think 3 years is when it starts to look bad, right? When it's like a year and a half, 2 years, it's not so bad. But when you have announced your game, even if you didn't show it, even if that's at least in my opinion, if you don't show your game, it's not as bad. But it's still, if you announce it like Bioshock 6 years ago, Hollow Knight would be another one, I think 5.5 years ago. When you do it and you show it versus not showing it, whatever, it starts to get bad around that 3-year mark. Now, specifically with Tomb Raider, I tend to just be more confused with it than anything else, I guess, versus other games, okay? And, well, why? Well, this is a game that for the longest time, whenever they talk about it, it always sounds further than you might think that it is. Now, maybe that's not true. Maybe we've always kind of been reading into it wrong. But for the last year or two, it always felt possible that this game was kind of right around the corner, even though maybe it's not. If it started early 2022, well, you still got years. I still have years, right? You're looking at probably 2 more years. You're probably looking at 2027, if not maybe even a little bit later. Now, I really don't think that's going to happen. I really think it's going to come out before then. And kind of where we're at right now, I feel like maybe first half of 26. That's kind of just my gut feeling. But you got to show stuff, right? And hopefully the plan is, well, they announced it so early and we haven't seen anything, right? You see kind of the redesign, we'll know generally what she's going to look like, but we don't know anything about the actual game in and of itself. I guess the biggest thing we know is it's going to kind of be a mix of old and new, right? When you think about the tank control kind of era, and the origin of Tomb Raider, and then when you think about Camilla Luddington, right, more in the newer age, kind of mixing those two together and kind of coming up with this elite version of Lara Croft. That's kind of all we know. We really don't know anything else. So by the time we see it, hopefully it's a quick turnaround, right? You see the game and then it releases 6 months, a year after that first reveal. But I do think it's got to be soon. And, I've said this for a couple games that I've done this, what's going on series on. It is easy to say they've got to show something, and I like to say it. I like to say it for a lot of games, and I would like to think that 2025 you got to do it. And I'll tell you this. For Tomb Raider, I feel like it's a little bit different because something, I said a little earlier and I got away from myself. When they have talked about this game, not only do they make it sound like it's right around the corner, but they make it sound like an announcement is right around the corner, right? They've talked to the heads of the company, and he's always said that an announcement's coming soon. Now, soon could mean 2 years, soon could mean tomorrow, depending on what kind of person you are. But we've heard that multiple times. I think we even heard that over the summer or something. So it's we keep hearing that you're going to see it soon, and then half a year goes by, and then they say it again, and then a half a year. And I think they've done it 2 or 3 times. So that's what's always made me believe. And I've always thought Tomb Raider would be a good Game Awards type video, trailer to be shown, right? Because it's a game that I think can apply to a lot of people. I think a lot of people would get excited for it. It's just it's a game that's obviously been around a while, a franchise, right? So I don't know. I hope we see it soon, very soon. And when I say very soon, I really mean the first half of 25. I just feel the more you keep saying you're gonna see it soon, and they are saying it, I feel you can't make us wait 2-3 years when you're saying that we're gonna see it pretty soon. So I don't know. Personally, for me, the issue is just where do you put it? Do you drop it on a random date? Or maybe you do it for a big summer game fest. Now, if you're waiting the summer game fest, now you're waiting till early June, right? So that's kind of your problem now, is that you're going to have 5 or so months before you end up seeing it. I'll wait. I can be patient on it. And again, I think the driving force behind it, for me at least, is that hopefully, because of the way they've done it, and they've been working on it for a while, I really don't think this game is a 2028 plus type. Hopefully, it can come out on this generation of freaking consoles, because if it waits till late 27, all of 28, these are years that are very possibly the next console generation. So, I mean, it would probably be on both, but we don't really need to get into that right now. Hopefully, if you show it first half of 2025, it can come out sometime in 2026. That would be my hope. That's the dream, and hopefully it ends up happening. So as always, I'll keep my eyes peeled, and if there's ever any news, rumors, leaks, anything like that, I'll cover it on the channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.